Welcome to our lecture on quality fallacies and culture. Quality fallacies, false ideas or beliefs, prevent people from pursuing quality. Unfortunately, all companies believe these fallacies to a certain degree. The 7 fallacies that we'll discuss in this lecture are long-standing and deeply rooted, so they're hard to overcome. If you don't tackle them head on, though, you won't be able to improve quality. As you review each fallacy, ask yourself if it's present somewhere you know about, maybe where you work, and think about its importance. The first fallacy is that quality is expensive. Back in 1979, quality expert Philip Crosby wrote the best-selling book, Quality is Free. His book indicated that high quality doesn't cost that much. So if quality is really free, how can it be expensive? Quality can be expensive when you buy the best materials at high prices, much of which will be ruined by inadequate processes. This belief also relates to having to spend a lot of money for inspectors and equipment to catch mistakes so that customers don't receive inferior products. If this short-sighted view is quality, I agree. This can cost a lot of money. Ironically, poor quality costs more than high quality. As discussed earlier, non-quality costs, inspection, rejection, rework, customer complaints, and lost business are huge. There's little doubt that if you attempt to establish quality concepts, methods, tools, and techniques all at the same time, you'll have a mess on your hands. If you lack a quality culture, you don't have a solid foundation to build on. This foundation is so important. It creates an operation that is free of waste, meets customer requirements, and is inexpensive to run. The next one may be my favorite. Careless workers cause most quality problems. This belief probably goes back as far as there have been bosses and workers. If you think about how management and employees interact in the past and even today, it's no wonder that workers bear the blame for a lack of quality. In the early 1900s, social commentators wrote about the miserable conditions in the industrial urban jungles. Long days marked by menial conditions and often dangerous job duties with little pay and less appreciation were typical. Unfortunately, these conditions still exist to a certain extent today. Assume that 2 employees work two 12-hour shifts, 7 days a week, to run a piece of equipment with no preventive maintenance. What was once a brand new machine 11 years ago is now a former shell of itself. It has never had a rest in 11 years. When the workers try to run good parts on this faithful machine, no matter how hard they try or how careful they are, they make many non-conforming parts. And guess who management yells at? Hint, it's not the 11-year-old machine. It's likely that rejects are present because of common cause variation. Earlier in the course, you learned that management is responsible for common cause variation. In this situation, a worker can't do much to improve quality except to record defects and bring them to management's attention. This fallacy needs to be changed to this true statement. Management causes most quality problems because they own the equipment, processes, and systems that produce the highest percentage of process variation. The next fallacy also relates to workers. The use of reward and fear is the best way to achieve quality. You may hear reward and fear referred to as the carrot and the stick. This fallacy is interesting for 2 reasons. First, it assumes that workers determine quality levels which we know now is primarily management's responsibility. Second, if workers determine quality levels, then offering incentives or threats will motivate them. Research doesn't support long-term benefits for the carrot and the stick theory. While it may be true that incentives or threats will make someone do what you want for a short time, the carrot and the stick loses its effectiveness over the long haul because people become conditioned. Companies apply the next fallacy with mixed results. Use consultants to improve quality. Since process owners, employees who do the actual work, are closest to the action, they know best what they need to improve quality. Although this sounds simple, it's actually difficult to put into use because process owners may not be willing to participate and management may not be ready to let them. In many cases, process owners are not used to having the freedom to make decisions because they've never had permission from their bosses. Also, even when they have permission, they may not know how to get started. Hiring consultants to improve quality is a short-lived proposition. Using process owners is more long-lasting and is also less expensive. Can you relate to this next fallacy? Quality begins in the quality department. This fallacy relates to the quality department being perceived or actually having to act as the company police. I recall a time when a quality manager had to nag other managers because they would not respond to requests for corrective action requests in their areas. As the scheduled date for an important external audit kept getting closer, the amount of nagging and the degree of leniency for accepting any type of corrective action became greater and greater. At leading edge companies, the quality department trains personnel on compliance and process improvement concepts, but the entire organization is responsible for quality. The next fallacy is similar to quality is expensive. Quality is tactical and involves extensive inspections. Quality doesn't come from inspection, and also it does not come from design. The costs of quality are set well in advance of production. No matter what you do, you have a poor design, quality will suffer. And here's the last fallacy. Beat your supplier down for the best deal. For many companies, purchased materials represent between 50% to 80% of every sales dollar. In this situation, you can consider suppliers as a part of your organization. It's sensible to develop a partnership that will improve quality and help you buy at the lowest total cost. This type of relationship doesn't happen by maintaining an adversarial approach. Please be aware that not all suppliers should be considered for partnerships. It doesn't make sense to ask suppliers that sell you materials only once a year if they're interested in becoming a partner. Let's continue and talk about what makes up a quality culture. You may recall a time when you asked the top manager in your firm, let's call her Ms. Jones, if she agreed with something you wanted to do. She may have said, uh-huh, or I trust you to do the right thing. These types of comments are not what I call strong examples of commitment. The type of commitment that's needed for a quality culture is one of visible and active involvement. This means that your manager is willing to commit company resources, including her own time and interest, to a company-wide quality effort. Committing a subordinate's time and money is not enough. Your top manager must be visibly involved. How can your top manager show visible and active employment? Here are some good examples. First, set clear expectations. Everyone at every level must know what to do to advance quality. All managers and employees must clearly understand why it's important to implement a quality culture and why it will be beneficial. A stumbling block occurs when expectations aren't clear or senior management does not buy in. Your top manager and all employees must agree. Next, empower others. This allows for decision making at the right level. Those closest to the action make the best decisions. When this happens, you free up valuable time for management. Next is attend meetings and participate. Making an occasional formal speech doesn't go very far. Top management must get out of their offices and attend meetings with employees from all levels. Also, visiting the work area to talk with individual employees is essential. Then you have to put quality first. Committed managers discuss quality as the first agenda item at staff meetings. Also, their actions reveal that quality is a top priority. Next is understand and use quality terminology. An inability to do this will indicate that managers haven't read, nor are they practicing the writings of the quality experts. Next is share information. The old adage that information is power is still valid. When managers share information, it multiplies the power of the organization. Then we have having patience. Taking baby steps is the best policy. Scoring a touchdown or hitting a home run is unlikely during the early stages of the quality effort. Creating a quality culture is a process that must have a long-term focus. Then we have providing sufficient training. Managers must train employees at all levels to create a quality culture. Initial training on quality concepts and future training that leads to continual improvement should give you what you need. So what should you do if you can't secure management's commitment? Fortunately, a quality effort is not an all or nothing proposition. Unless the top organizational manager comes right out and states, quality is nothing but a bunch of hogwash, and anybody who spends time on it will be fired, it's still possible to realize some benefits. Granted, without top management commitment, a full-blown quality effort won't occur, but a grassroots movement can still create momentum and possibly catch on with the rest of your company. If you obtain support from management, you can move right into the next bullet point here, which is preparation. Once all company managers agree that they want a quality culture, they need training. I suggest an off-site location to minimize disruptions. Use a quality facilitator, one who knows how to work well with senior staff members and who has a good grasp of total quality principles. The value in this training is that everyone will hear the same thing at the same time, and managers will begin to align their points of view with the quality philosophy. After this training, management must begin to plan how they will roll out the quality effort to the rest of the company. It's possible that the trainer can help with this. Before the rollout occurs, management needs to develop a quality vision. A vision is a powerful thing. Without one, a company lacks direction and drive. A vision conjures up a desired future state. For example, my friend Marty's vision for his company could be one of 100% conforming product. In this vision, he needs no inspectors because his employees make his products correctly the first time and every time. In reality, Marty's company may be far from his desired future state or his vision. Quality may be marginal and customer complaints may be high, but that doesn't matter. The thing to remember about vision is to think about where you want to be, not how you're going to get there. The top manager of an organization usually develops a vision. Once the top manager creates a vision, it needs to be shared with all employees. It helps everyone know where the company is headed. The top manager won't reach a vision, though, through wishful thinking. Other plans, such as a mission statement, quality policy, and an implementation plan, are needed. It seems as if every company has a mission statement. I've seen one at a fast food stand, a bank, and even at a jail. When you create a mission statement, you need to ask two questions. Who are our customers, and what value do we provide? When you begin to think about the answers to these questions, it will help you determine how you will achieve your vision. My friend Marty wants all conforming products and no inspection. For him to have products that conform, he needs to know who his customers are and what they value. Marty's mission statement could be the following. We will strive to continually know our customers, understand their needs, and meet or exceed their requirements. We will do this by designing products that are easy to make and use. Each employee will be responsible for the quality of his or her processes. After the vision and mission statement are developed, it's time to put together a quality policy. Contained in a quality policy are such statements where quality fits in your firm. Who is responsible for quality and what quality means? Marty's quality policy could read something like this. Maintain and improve continually the quality of service that we provide to all our customers. Provide confidence to management, employees, and stakeholders that we fulfill and maintain quality requirements. Fulfill all quality system requirements stated in our quality manual and constantly improve processes. After the vision, mission statement, and quality policy, it's time to create and implement a plan. People plan all the time. It creates something that doesn't exist and then gives it life. We can think of many examples. Inventing a new game or commercializing a new technology are two examples that come to mind. Recently, I played a game of board football that involved the use of 20 different multi-sided dice and special cards. I didn't win. In fact, I lost to a 10-year-old. Also, I know of a scientist who has developed both a new manufacturing process and new materials. This scientist can produce pipes used to transport the most dangerous chemicals and also create tunnels 40 feet in diameter using plastic, not sheet, to transport trains under bodies of water. Both of these achievements didn't materialize overnight. Months, in the case of the football game, or years, producing the pipes and tunnels, of hard work were spent in making these ventures successful. A common thread for each of these is that they both started with planning. Let's take a moment now to define the word planning. There are countless definitions. Here's one I like. Planning is collecting information and making a decision in light of what you want. It has past, collecting information, present, making a decision, and future, what you want dimensions. Some of the planning that's applied to make a quality culture a reality is to create a steering committee and form teams. This involves appointing managers, professional staff, and hourly employees to the steering committee to give it a balance. This committee will oversee, monitor, encourage, and support the process of establishing a learning environment for continual quality improvement. Teams will next implement plans to meet quality objectives. There are a variety of ways to form teams, ranging from those that focus on a specific project, such as reducing the cost of non-quality, to ones that assure that communication flows across and up and down your quality organization. The most important team effort will probably be the one that makes sure the quality effort continues in the right direction. This concludes our discussion today, in which we talked about quality fallacies and culture. I hope that you enjoyed our lessons today.